Michael, good afternoon to you. This meeting then between intended beneficiaries and the public protector is underway. What has emerged so far?
Jeremy, that's right. We're using the lunch break to just gauge so far what the public protector has been able to make of the comments being made by the intended beneficiaries from this failed Gupta-linked Vrede Dairy project that dates back to 2012. It collapsed. They were promised that there would be 52% majority shareholders in this project. That never came to pass. Advocate, thank you for joining me. What have you made of the intended beneficiaries' comments to date?
It's a very sad story because I think people were promised that they will benefit from the project. But it's very clear that they were only called, their details were taken, and they were never involved in the running of the project. Whatever possibly was intended, it was good. But then unfortunately, then the dairy farm started working and they were not aware what is happening. But then up to so far, what I've heard is that the people I've listened to, I think is more than 20 now, no one has lost or sold their livestock because they were expecting to receive. All of them kept their livestock. But then the painful thing is that they had expectations out of the project. But again, there's a strange thing that some of them signed the beneficiary agreement, which had the rights and obligations of the beneficiaries. It also mentions that they needed to protect the project assets. And also it was even saying if they need to maintain the equipment, that money will come out of them. But it seems as if they are not even aware about that document. But what we've realized as well, that there's three key project team or a committee which was appointed, which will also have to interview them. But then what we've also picked up is the involvement of Mr. Msebenzi Zwane and Ms. Mamiki Kabate. So we will have to interview them. We have interviewed Mr. Mahashule, and I think if we still need to verify more information from him, we'll still go back to him and interview him.
In terms of the prejudice suffered, what are some of the intended beneficiaries saying? Do they want a payout? Do they want to go and work at the dairy farm if it's functioning or not? Is it a mixed bag?
It's a mixed bag, but a lot of them are saying they would want the dairy farm to continue. They would want to benefit from the dairy farm. They would want their families, especially their children, to work. And some of them are saying it's a good project where as blacks and farmers can benefit from. So some of them are saying sell the dairy farm, which is few, and pay them sorry money. So I had to explain that we are not a court of law where we are paying intellectual claim. But then I think the ones who are saying would want to continue with the project, I think we will have to make sure that it works for them. I must also indicate that some of them are worried that their names and their ID numbers were taken. What if they were used to get some loans, or what if SARS comes back to them and say, you have acquired this particular debt? So I think those are their concerns. But I think we will be able to work with the government to make sure, how can we make sure that this project works for the benefits of the beneficiaries.
Advocate, lastly, we are not showing or broadcasting the testimony of these intended beneficiaries. Why are they so nervous?
Some of them, apparently, they are worried that their lives are in danger, and they do not want to be exposed, because apparently there's one, in fact there's that other one who was killed, and the police are investigating that particular matter. So they were not comfortable to speak on TV.
Any timelines by which you're going to complete this investigation?
Michael, you've started again. But I think we've moved because we've acquired a lot of information. So we had to interview the politicians. I hope after 2 to 3 months we'll be done. Unfortunately, the team I'm using is the team which is still doing, other investigations.
Still under constraint, budget constraints?
Exactly, definitely. I mean, that one is terrible, and we are trying to manage everything we are doing. What is interesting, or what I can report, is that we had a backlog project which we were supposed to finish by end of March. At least we've pushed and we've finalized a number of matters. So that is promising. At least if we are done with those old matters, then with these new investigations, they will also have that morale to, do new cases, because it's depressing to do issues which happened in 2016, 2015, going backward.
Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane, thank you very much. The testimony from the intended beneficiaries continues after 2 o'clock.
All right, Michael Apple in the Free State.